Yeah, tilt your camera. What? I said, you need to tilt that a little bit so you can have it. Other way. Other way. Yeah. Perfect. There you go. Nailed it. That's not true. Yeah, I'm sure. It's hard to. That's right. That's it.
I hear against the bad anymore. That's about all I can find in the closet. At 6 o'clock, welcome everyone to the business meeting of the City of Smith Center, Monday, September 22nd. We're about to go. Our September 8th business meeting minutes are here. Is there any additions or corrections to those minutes? Everybody had a chance to review our receipts and vouchers. If everything's in order, I need a motion to approve all three. Second. Move seconded to approve the minutes, vouchers, and receipts. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. And before we go on any further in the business meeting, if we're still in session at 6:30, we will take an adjournment for land bank meeting at 6:30. Then after the land bank meeting, we'll resume business meeting. Brittany, welcome. First day of work.
Well.
You still want to stick around for the tomorrow?
For sure.
Okay.
At least to the end of the week. For sure.
We have a guest tonight, Tom Chapman. You may have the floor.
All right. Well, how's this work? I come up here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I got this for you. That's what we're so Tom Chapman, for those of you that don't know me, in April I started as the emergency manager for the county. So a lot of people don't know a lot about that position. So it's kind of it started with the Civil Defense Act a long time ago. It's mandated by the government. Every county has an emergency manager. Of course, way back it was the Russians and the nuclear things and all those things. And it's evolved into kind of an all hazards preparedness position. So a lot of it's planning, logistics, trying to build a safety plan for the community. Things like where's our shelters, and having all those things in place in case there's a disaster. So that's a lot of it. And then there will be stuff with during an emergency, getting logistics and things for, like, say, the fire departments, law enforcement, making sure that they have equipment and things that they might need in the middle of a disaster. So then coordinating with the state, KDEM, and then all the way up to FEMA if we need other things. So kind of a coordination, logistics, planning. And then the other side is after a disaster, I'll be working with y'all to assess damages and figure out what we might need from the state, federal agencies for reimbursement for things and where that fits in. And so that's kind of the job in a nutshell. So what I handed you, that's the FEMA Region 7 mitigation plan was released by FEMA. So everyone has to adopt it if they want to ever get reimbursed down the road for after a disaster. So by adopting that, now we're covered because I've got the commissioners to do it for the county. So technically there's a blanket coverage for that for the whole county, but FEMA likes for each community and even the electric utilities who get money reimbursed for all power lines, say, during the blizzard. So they like everyone to go ahead and adopt one, even though we're covered since I got the county to adopt. So that's, you guys can look that over and I can pick it up at some point when you get it signed and adopted. That's what that is. Sort of the main two reasons I came is just to introduce myself and explain what I'm doing and then to bring that to your attention. So
We have talked about our city center being prepared for any emergencies. We identify our emergencies here is one of the things that's an ice storms in tornadoes. Those will be the two biggest things. We're not in floodplain, we don't have any rivers to contend with or anything like that. But those are our two exposures for community problems.
yeah.
And
So right now I'm working through, there's a required emergency operations plan for the county, which then also encompasses each town. That's due next year to be turned in to the state. So I'm working with, so to get it to look like it needs to for our community, I'm working with like the local emergency planning committee that Melissa's on and getting input from the community so we can make this look like it needs to for us. And so the tornadoes and those things are all the hazards that we face are listed at the beginning of that plan, and then it outlines all the ways that we can deal with any of those situations.
like this spring, we had a major ice storm and it took out a lot of rural health. And a lot of people, some people were out for it. Does this FEMA provide assistance for our rural telephone?
So
Power companies?
what this is specifically for is, so like right now, the power companies are working with FEMA to get reimbursed for all of their work to put the power poles back up. The county's working with FEMA to get they spent money to plow roads and pull the utility companies around, repairing the roads. So that, by adopting that mitigation plan, that puts us in the future to be able to ask for those funds to assist, to pay for the things that happen. So, but the other thing that mitigation, so the mitigation specifically is looking at a potential disaster. And so FEMA would rather pay to fix a problem before a disaster than to keep paying over and over for damages. An example would be when I was in Grand Island floods, and the Wood River goes right through Grand Island. And so FEMA paid for a multi-million-dollar project to put a diversion. So when the Wood River hits flood stage, it actually diverts around Grand Island and goes back into the Wood River. FEMA paid for that as a mitigation project so that they wouldn't have to pay businesses and homeowners in the city and county every year for damages. And so I have a list of things that FEMA thinks that we should spend money on for mitigation, and there's opportunities to get grants to pay for some of those things. One of those things is generators. It's at the top of their list. So for instance, the wells would be an opportunity to, if we could down the road here, get FEMA to throw us some money to pay for some generators to,
Well, we just bought one.
yeah. And that's,
Did it just go online here not too long ago?
Mike said he was too much. He just said that.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna go put it-
So we've
but he-
already
it's too money to get down.
addressed that problem.
Yeah.
Can we get reimbursements?
there's ways to do that where when you apply for grants, I've noticed, and there's a lot of this that I'm learning as well. There's a place in there that asks if the project is in progress or has been done and what did it cost. So I think there's ways to look at that.
We can run something by it if we adopt this.
Ours is still in progress, so.
And we still have one building
And,
opportunity.
Yeah.
and then I'm looking, some of the planning goes, I'm looking at some mobile. The county has one mobile generator, it's not very big, it's that light plant that can be moved around and used in an emergency for different things. I'd like to get a few more portable ones that we could deploy in different places that we would need them.
Then the hospital and the sheriff's department.
So the hospital, the courthouse, the sheriff's department, the high school, Lebanon's community center has one that's their designated shelter.
Water plants, sewer, plant,
what you guys have, yeah,
Firehouse.
and the firehouse.
Firehouse. Yeah, but we just, you know, like I said, when we were identifying what the problems were back in the tornado, first thing we need to supply is water.
Absolutely.
That's our priority, is water. So that's why we bought a generator to spring put on the well. It probably wouldn't hurt if we had another generator, and another one as well.
Yeah, so a lot of this job is future proofing. So
Yeah.
working with you guys, identify issues and then figuring out a plan to get those things accomplished so that when we do have an emergency, there's already a plan in place and things that we've already seen as an issue
Right.
that, you know, we can, then we can focus on other issues that will come up and not have to worry about everything. So what the goal is, so I'm here to work with you guys, the city, all the towns, and something else I guess I'm doing is doing incident action plans for events. So like this weekend, there'll be a plan, law enforcement, fire, EMS, dispatch, everybody's on the same page with a plan for communications, where we shelter people. Then I work with the weather service, so they'll be watching our event and letting me know if anything pops up, so if we need to move people. So that's another part of the job is developing action plans for events, just to try to make them go smooth.
Council, I'd recommend that we give this to the ladies to get their packets for next meeting. Everybody agrees with that? Yes.
And they have my phone number, and I can, pretty sure I've got cards I can give out. So I have a work number with the county, but then if it has my personal number, it's fine.
We're not being redundant, are we? Will this be the same form that the county is adopting?
It is, and it's a little bit redundant. It's for some reason the way that FEMA wants it done. Like I said, we're technically covered because the county adopted it. But FEMA wants each town, each other entity within the county. So even the power companies are signing this so that they're for sure covered to get paid for it. I can't necessarily answer other than maybe it's bureaucratic, you know, government red tape, but they want everyone to adopt them if I get it.
For our other wells, ongoing projects, local, that's our responsibility.
Tom, is this, the opportunity for FEMA to assist purchasing some of this equipment? Is this a new opportunity for us, or have we just never been enlightened before from the county?
Yes. This is the new version of FEMA Region 7's mitigation plan. There was one prior to this. This is the new one, and as came out right after I started in April. This came out, and so I'm trying to get, as I'm learning, I'm getting this information out to everyone that I can.
Had the county adopted this before?
The county had adopted this
So
before.
it's whoever had your job before you had at least done that.
Is this a once-a-year deal, or is it?
No, it's whenever FEMA updates their mitigation plan, and I don't know how often they do that, then we re-adopt their new plan. And I think it's several years. And then they reevaluate the mitigation needs. So,
So there will be a channel when we do our project.
yeah, there's a portal that we can work together to look at grants portal for FEMA that we can look at that I just started to learn. So,
We'll definitely apply for this.
and there's, you know, part of this too, there's, and a lot of this is county, but it's stuff that you guys have access to. So that generator with the light plant, that's actually a Homeland Security asset that belongs to emergency management, takes care of the Homeland Security assets. So the sign that's always out that the road department uses that they can make say whatever. So that's a Homeland Security asset. So like, if the fire department needed that out on a road where there's a wildfire to move traffic, I could bring it out. For anything like that, that light plant, and if you guys ever needed it for anything, all you have to do is call her. I'll bring it out, because that's what that stuff's for, is the community. And then, so there's opportunities in the future too, that I'll be snagging more things for Homeland Security. And
There's been at least 2 water mains that have disrupted the entire town, that we were using fire trucks for lighting, which wasn't the best case scenario, but it's what we had access to. So it's something like that, is that an opportunity to use that light set up?
absolutely.
You have a way to have a pump, some sort of, once in a while, we get in a situation where we have too much water to handle.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that yet, but I mean, you know, that what we have now that I can offer you anytime you need it is light and generator, and then that sign. Road and Bridge kind of maintains it and uses the stuff, but then I can steal it whenever we need it for.
So there's a sign, I think, something similar like when you enter Mankato.
Same thing, and that's emergency
Like
management.
buckle up, or I remember COVID, it was.
Yep, that's emergency management, that's
I
Joe
always
County.
wondered
Emergency.
how they had access to that. So similar.
Most of the other Canadian counties have, in our regions, we're in the north central region for emergency management. Most of them have multiple of all these things.
Are
We have
these,
some catch up.
are these reimbursables, or we get reimbursed from FEMA for what we're thinking for the generator?
I don't know the answer to that exactly. I do know, having gone through the portal a little, there is, when you're applying, there's questions about, is this a project that's in progress or has it been done? So they want to know what it costs. So I think that there's an opportunity for reimbursement, but I don't know that for sure yet. So,
Yeah. That's why you're here.
Does this extend down to like patrol cars, fire trucks, radio equipment as well?
some, yes, like, so our FEMA or our Homeland Security region, in fact, Thursday I have a meeting in Salina, and they get money from FEMA, from Homeland Security, and then it's tagged. Some of it they want spent in a certain place, some of it we can spend as emergency management, we can pick projects. So a lot of it is law enforcement, so body armor, radios, weapons, things like that can be funneled through that Homeland Security money that we have with emergency management. For 26, the big project that we're doing is a side-by-side for the region that is set up specifically for law enforcement. So then if Jamie needed that for something, or say for the event this weekend, they could use it to patrol. I can access that at any time. I can meet, it'll probably be in Salina, but I can meet Michelle, who's the EM there, halfway, and bring it up here. So anytime we need it, we have access. There's a lot of things like that that we have in the region that we have access to. All I have to do is ask for it. I'm getting a list of those things because I don't even know what all we have.
Share that in the list with these.
And then, so like there's specific amounts that Homeland Security says, we want you to spend this much on law enforcement, this much on fire. So it might even be hazmat stuff, fire department related things. And then we can pick projects as the Homeland Security Council of Emergency Management for the North Central region. So yeah, I'm learning every day about more opportunities that we have and things we have at our disposal. And so as I'm learning, I want to share that with all of you, the community, and so that we can use those things that we have access to. So.
Well, anybody have any questions? Tracy?
Sounds great. Yeah, if you think of anything,
Coming in.
yeah. If you think of anything at all, open door, call me, email me, text me. I'll do whatever I can.
We'll put this on our agenda for next meeting, and we'll be in contact with you to get us in the pipeline.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. In our previous ongoing business, we don't have anything lined up here. New business, anybody have anything to bring from new business? Then we can move into economic development. It looks to me like they're gonna be here for a while. So whoever has the floor at 6:30, we must take a short adjournment for our land bank meeting.
We're gonna try to abbreviate this.
Thanks, Scott. You may have the floor.
Yeah, thank you. This is a large packet from our board minutes. Most of this is all lottery approval. I suggest, maybe you approve all lottery applications in one vote. There are 17 in here that would have been approved by our board. The applications were complete, went through. We had, over 300 pages of documents we had to go through. So there are 17, residential beautification lottery applications that we have reviewed and approved. If you want, I can list the names and then you can just vote in total. I'll let you decide how you want to proceed.
I think it's vote.
I just have one question. Who's this Midwest real estate?
That is a residence that was named under an estate, an LLC. It is a resident that lives here. We actually put them off for a month because we had to verify that, it was okay.
But are they in town?
In-town resident, yes, live there.
In-town company?
Tiffany Rimsky is the single owner.
She's a single owner. She provided information to show she's 100% sole owner of that property.
Of the 112 North Madison.
Yes.
But she wants the application under Midwest real estate.
That's the owner of the property. That's who's on the deed.
It's on the deed, that's why.
Oh, she is the owner of
Yes.
Midwest real estate.
Yes.
That's the point I'm trying to get.
Sure, yeah.
I would move that we approve all the applicants that economic development has.
Questions, anyone? Chris?
This has got some traction.
It did. We've had a lot of interest in the other programs, and that was our goal. We've had a lot of interest in the other programs through SCED. And this is the only ones that got turned in. We had a lot of other people taking applications. They're thinking about their projects. They're thinking about how they can do things with their house and the community. So,
Tracy, do you have anything?
Nope.
Ty?
No, if you guys vetted them, went through everything, there's no need to double up on it.
Don, you made the motion. I need a second to approve the applicants as presented to us.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
okay. I have 4 individual residential revitalization grants that came in on same properties. They are conditionally approved by our board. What that means is if they win the lottery, they don't get both grants. Okay? So I'm going to list those 4 now. I'm guessing you want to do like you did before and vote on them one at a time. But first one up is Tiffany Ritzky's. Voted up to $3,000 for the residential revitalization grant, approved and voted by our board.
Under the condition of not winning.
Under the condition of not winning the lottery, that's correct.
Questions of council about that presentation? Need a motion to approve.
So move second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the deputy risk. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next one, same grant, residential revitalization grant for Brock Hutchinson, up to $3,000. Approved by our board.
Moving second. Guess we have no questions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Right. Third one, Ryan and Melody Allen for the residential revitalization grant up to $3,000. Same conditions.
So moved. Second.
those seconded, all those in favor say
Aye.
And one more under that category, residential revitalization grant for Dale and Crana Harrodsburg. Up to $3,000.
aye. Questions, council? Motion.
So moved.
Moving seconded. Pick one. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Don't you have one more?
All right, there's one more for Brent and Stargate.
Yeah.
You're right. I lied. Counted
We only have
wrong.
3 people yelling at you.
Residential revitalization grant for Brent and Star Jacobs up to $3,000 for their residents of 303 North Grant.
So moved.
Moving seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, we're doing great on time. We had a script grant application for Smith County EMS, approving up to 3 positions at a value of $6,000 through the script program. It was voted and approved through our board. Basically, anyone they can hire, they can apply, they can put their name on one of those 3 positions. They're kind of interchangeable, but we approved up to the $6,000 mark. So,
Questions, council? Need a motion?
Question.
yes,
If they receive this grant, do they have to live within county?
this is the script application. Yes, they have to actually move within the city limits
Within the city limits, okay.
within a certain period of time. Yes.
County.
County.
It's county.
So you never listen to what I say.
County.
I remember that.
County it is.
We know.
County it is. Okay. Ellie, any more questions on that guideline? Need a motion?
So moved.
Seconded. Moving seconded, everybody say aye.
Aye.
Okay, just a couple other things. We lost our maintenance guy, Tony Church. He resigned at Heritage Townhomes. He had multiple jobs coming up that he did not feel that he could commit to. We had voted to hire Joel Brewer, that was on our board, to do it. He abstained from any of the voting. So he's just replacement maintenance man under a contract for $350 a month.
So moved.
That is the same rate, just so you know, that we have been paid. That's it.
Moving seconded, all those in favor say
Aye.
Training reimbursement funds for Nancy on our board in the amount of $545. This training is for the information she needs for Heritage Townhomes. We have receipts for both.
Questions, council? Need the motion? Been moved seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There was no second.
Me.
Oh, sorry.
All right, based on your board's recommendations, last month we did set a budget for both the commercial workforce grant and the commercial equipment technology grant of $20,000 each for your 1 year. I don't know that you necessarily need to vote on that, but that we did follow up on your recommendation and we set a limit to it for the first year. A school book ad for $70 in the high school yearbook.
Questions, council? Need a motion?
So moved. Second.
Been moved seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then the last one,
For the 188,
you got it.
need a motion?
So moved.
Moved seconded for reimbursement, 188, 40. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
For the record, I was shorter than the emergency guy.
For the record, you're 1 minute.
Is 1 minute left?
All right.
Good.
You done awesome.
Really did.
We have 1 minute to go before we do our land bank meeting.
Just checking.
Yes.
It is 6:30. We will take an adjournment from our business meeting in the city of Smith Center. Get a motion to adjourn for our land bank meeting. Moved seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Now I'll call the business meeting of the land bank together. Change your hats, folks. Valerie, you may have the floor for the presentation. It changes every spot.
Oh, yes, I could. I could also do-
Use every spot you like.
I just can't hear all the way back there and type at the same time.
There was some language that we needed to put in our land bank bylaws for citing